Welcome back to another episode of Look What Just Found. This is episode 818. And if you've been keeping up with the channel, you know that recently I purchased three penny rolls off of Macari, and one of them was a 2023. So I'm dying to know, and they said it's a 2023P. I'm dying to know if look how cool, how nice it came out. I'm dying to know if there's any extra V's in here. And I don't think I've done one for at least a little bit, like a week or so, maybe even a week and a half. And I was just itching just to know, right? Because I paid $35 for the three rolls, right? And that's the 2023P, which we're looking at now. The 2024, which, as far as I know, there's no average in it. It's just basically like a freebie roll that I got that I think is worth whatever, $2 or whatever it is. And a roll of 2025s. But the huge question is, all I have to do is find one extra V. Man, this looks circulated. I'm not sure. So someone's going to tell me in the comments. We'll see. I mean, they're all shiny. That's one thing there. So they're all shiny. I mean, all of them. There's not one, that you want to be careful you don't get anything that's rewrapped. Like, I don't know, man. Well, put it like this. If we find not one, and that's why I wanted to search through this. If there's not one extra V, does that mean do people rewrap? Like I save shiny coins, right? Shiny pennies. Like, imagine if somebody, see, to me, these all look, how can a roll of how could you say it's a bank wrap, right? A bank wrap penny roll. Meanwhile, right, they should be uncirculated, right? I mean, are these uncirculated? Are those just, you know what? I keep going like this. I'm just going to have to go a little deeper. I'm sorry about that. But I just don't want to keep, maybe that's a little too close. But do you follow what I'm saying? So, okay, that's too far. A little bit closer. All right. A little bit closer now. A little bit closer now. Well, put that, and I guess that's what I was saying. Like, if there's one extra V in this roll, I know for sure it's uncirculated. You follow me? But if there's none, does that mean there's a possibility that it's that these are circulated coins? See, look, this one has the circle of death on it. So you know that this coin was already, right? Look, it has the circle on it. It was already, unless this was the ender. I don't think this was the ender. Okay, so boys and girls, you might be experiencing one of the what's the word I'm looking for? Cautionary tales to be careful with buying coins, penny rolls on, and I talk about it all the time. These people are shady. The 2025, it kind of, I don't want to say it doesn't matter. And the only reason I say it kind of doesn't matter as long the only question is, imagine the top pennies 2025 and all the rest of them weren't. So I didn't check. I didn't. I really didn't check the roll. I probably should do that at some point. But it is what it is. One of the things about Macari is that once you accept, like when it comes in, once you review the, it's not like eBay. eBay, you get like 45 days to do a return. Macari, you don't get no 45 days. You get once you review them, that's it. You're saying you accept it. And in all the years I've been on Macari, I did the Swatch Watch return. I think that's the only thing I ever returned was the Swatch Watch. And that's because the person put down brand new and it wasn't. It was used. It has scuffs on it. And I was like, "What are you doing, man?" Yeah, it was a good price for brand new, but it wasn't the price for used. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with the 20 with a 2020 V penny roll. Even if it's in, what's the word I'm looking for? Not uncirculated, but and again, these might be considered BU, but let's say shiny circulated, right? As opposed to uh, brilliant uncirculated. These are more like shiny circulated. You know what I realized? I really didn't check the last two. I got into talking and I stopped looking. So I just want to go back and just make sure. That's the last thing I want to see is a comment that says, "Hey man, you missed you missed an extra V." Imagine that, because I'm so engrossed in the thought process of talking that my brain drifted off for a second. And meanwhile, that's the one that has the extra V. So one extra V would tell me, like a really clear extra V, not a scratch, would say, yeah, okay, it's unsearched at minimum. But if there's none in here, I don't know. It seems a little suspicious, especially since, again, these are more like shiny. And the only thing I could say about these is that the funny thing is I started, so I'm saying funny, but not funny, not funny, is that I started to save 2023s so that way when I search through my penny rolls, my 2023s, I could what? Yeah, that's not an extra V. I don't think that's an extra V. Let me look at this under the loop. Man, there's a light. Let me tell you something. First of all, there's two very small scratches, and the problem is you don't see the up. You see right there, and that's usually where the extra V is. You don't see the up line. I don't like it. I got to be. You could kind of see it. Let me. Imagine that thing. See, my whole conspiracy theory thing starts to act up. Like, oh yeah, they planted that BS extra V in here for the suckers. Anyway, what do I know? Yeah, it's an extra V. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know, man. What do you think? I mean, I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I just don't know. I don't know. It's in the scratch space. I don't think I could make somebody. If somebody got this because you took a close up picture of it and you angled the light a certain way. Now I know you're all gonna say, no, that's an extra V. That's an extra V. It don't matter, even if it is. It's so weak. I wouldn't feel right. I need to see the real deal. You know, I know the difference. What they say, a little knowledge is dangerous. Yeah, that's me. Little knowledge is dangerous. I fall into that category. Right? Because you could trick yourself, That little bit of knowledge is where we trick ourselves. But since I started the role of circulated extra 2023's no extra V's. I'm just going to continue with that, and I'm going to take these and just put them back into a roll. And I'm glad I didn't put on any gloves or anything like that, like a real sap. I still need to look at the whole coin, right? Imagine that there's something going on someplace else on the coin, and here I am just staring over here, and it's got like a double die or something. I don't even know if there's a DDO or DDR for 2023. I just don't know. Just feel like that's a little too blurry. There we go. You can see the extra V from this distance, really. I didn't have to go that close. A lot of them seem to have that little stuff going up on the shield there on the other side. Usually it's the other side of the shield that I find the die chips. Oh boy. And the thing is, I'm not that familiar with uncirculated bank wrap penny rolls. I'm just not that. I know when they say Loomis on them, it's much more likely that they are uncirculated. And that's where I'm telling you, I had the one roll of 2023s where there were, right, we found 10. We found 10 extra V's. Yeah, so you have brilliant uncirculated, BU, right? AU about uncirculated, which is what these fall into that category, about uncirculated. I'm calling them SC, right? BU, AU, and SC. Shiny circulated. That's what I'm calling these. I just realized I did the same thing on a couple of these past ones. I really, really did not look that close on the bottom. But this is part of the process, you really can't escape it. And if you're buying coins online, man, it's just a matter of time before you get ripped. Now again, is this bank wrapped? from the Philadelphia Mint, like the person said it was? If it is, then then it is. You can't do nothing about it. It's a bank wrap roll, unsearched, that doesn't have any extra V's, right? But my question is, I'm wary of somebody who searched through thousands and thousands of 2023s, right? They bought boxes and boxes of boxes. They took out all of the extra V's, and they got a machine. They got the professional bank coin crimping machine, roll crimping machine, and they got they bought the red and white papers, and they put them back in so they could sell them as. Remember, you're talking about, even if you got $2 a piece, you're talking about a 400% markup. And people don't understand. Not that they don't understand, but when it comes to pennies, people really, really under take for granted what a 4-cent penny really means. When you find a coin that's worth 4 cents because it's copper, for example, it's instantly worth 400 times its face value. Instantly, right? $6 a pound we got now for copper. That's like buying a house for $100,000 today, and instantly, as soon as you buy it, it's worth, without doing anything to it, no upgrades, it's instantly worth 400,000. That's insane, right? When you look at it that way. Well, if you have $100,000 in copper pennies that you paid a penny for, it's the same deal. You got $400,000 in copper. You also probably got about 10,000 pounds in copper, or whatever it is. 20,000 pounds. No, you'd have 25,000 pounds, because it's at $4 a pound. No, $6 a pound. So it would be 6 into 100, right? And you add the 2 zeros, something like that. Not the 2 zeros. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I didn't do the math right. Well, thanks for sticking around for another one. Unfortunately, it was not that exciting, because we did not find not even one extra V. But maybe that'll prevent you from getting skunked on an extra V roll. I wouldn't buy them unless they said, like, see, look at that. That's not the. I doubt that can't be there. If it is, it's just such a light scratch. Nah, that's not the extra V. The extra V is so noticeable. Keep you from getting skunked and wasting your money on a roll of 2023s. Now, if you bought them and the person said, "Hey, yeah, you collect 2023s. There are no extra V's in here, just so you know, and give me a dollar or two for them," that's fine. But if you're gonna coin roll hunt them, and the person again rewrap them in a bank machine, then that's kind of messed up. Anyway, thank you. God bless. Don't forget, even though this penny roll didn't love me, Jesus does, and that's what counts. And I'll see you on the next one.